In a world teetering on the edge of escalation, a single airstrike can shift the balance of power. Explosions rocked the Middle East. Social media lit up with unverified reports, and headlines screamed of destruction and retaliation. But behind the smoke and headlines lies a deeper question. Was this the moment the U.S. crippled Iran's nuclear project, or just a high-stakes show aimed at empty facilities? Let's dive into the murky fog of war, disinformation, and international power plays. Main script: precision strikes, heavy bombs, and explosive statements ignited a storm across media platforms even before the dust had settled. The world was left to wonder, did the recent U.S. airstrikes deal a critical blow to Iran's nuclear infrastructure, or were they merely symbolic, targeting sites already emptied by Iranian intelligence? Conflicting narratives emerged in rapid succession. On one hand, the U.S., via former President Donald Trump, declared a bold success. Speaking publicly, Trump claimed that American fighter jets had successfully dropped a full payload of bombs on Iran's underground nuclear facility at Fordow before safely withdrawing. His words were confident, even triumphant, suggesting that the strike had achieved a major military objective. But the Iranian side told a different story. Officials in Tehran downplayed the severity of the attack. According to statements from Iranian authorities, including Hassan Abedini, the deputy director of Iran's state broadcasting service, the targeted sites had already been cleared of radioactive materials weeks in advance. They insisted that precautionary measures had been taken in anticipation of any potential attack, and that the enriched uranium stored in these locations had been covertly relocated to secret sites away from public view and out of reach of enemy bombs. This conflicting information cast a fog of doubt over the true effectiveness of the strike. Was it truly a blow to Iran's nuclear ambitions, or a performance crafted for political and strategic messaging? Iranian news agency Fars reported that, according to a member of parliament, the damage at the Fordow facility was superficial and repairable. In contrast, Israeli media outlets were quick to describe the strikes as devastating, insisting that the Natanz facility had been hit by a second wave of attacks after an earlier Israeli operation had paved the way in Isfahan. Further reports suggested that the actual target in Isfahan wasn't a known enrichment site, but a hidden installation buried within a mountain, possibly housing sensitive nuclear material. This detail only deepened the mystery. Was the strike a surgical hit on a top-secret facility, or just another move in a shadow war where perception often outweighs fact? Meanwhile, the Iranian government sought to reassure its citizens. Officials insisted that there had been no nuclear leakage, no environmental danger, and that life could go on as normal. But skepticism lingered, especially as international observers questioned whether the U.S. had managed to hit strategic assets or had simply bombed pre-cleared, empty shells designed to bait or mislead. This incident highlights the ongoing battle between military action and narrative control. While satellite images and military reports might reveal one version of events, the truth in modern warfare is often obscured by propaganda, conflicting statements, and media spin. Was this strike a demonstration of American strength, or a calculated bluff intended to rattle Tehran and reassure Washington's allies? And how did Iran's preemptive evacuation of sensitive materials play into the larger chessboard of deterrence and deception? The shadow war between the U.S., Iran, and Israel continues to unfold in the gray zones of geopolitics, where visibility is limited but the stakes are sky high. So, who really won this round of shadow warfare? Did the U.S. land a strategic blow, or did Iran outmaneuver its opponents by stripping its facilities of value ahead of time? The answer for now remains unclear, but one thing is certain: the game is far from over. As the smoke clears and the stories evolve, the world watches closely because in this battle of light and shadow, the next strike might change everything.